Hey, YouTube family, we're the Wilsons. Just one Wilson here tonight. Back as promised with a video about weight loss. And just want a disclaimer up front, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a licensed expert in any kind of way. This is just based off my journey alone. And as requested, before I get started, I did want to let you all know that some of you that don't know me in real life, I found have been trying to find me on Facebook and send me message requests, which I don't mind, but I don't always get the notification because you're not my friend in real life. So it doesn't directly go to me. It just goes in this like other like hidden requests folder. And unless I go like specifically look there, I don't get the message right away. So just you can comment right on the video and I'll be glad to reply. I'm not famous or anything, so I do look at all my comments. But I do get a lot of DMs, which is interesting, and a couple of you have managed to find my email. And again, definitely don't mind whatever your preferred method of contact with me is. Sorry, my bed is unmade. As you know, I'm not a great big bed maker. We did make the bed and then took a nap. So, but anyways, I will get going on the weight loss stuff without further ado. First thing, truth, facts. We get overwhelmed by a number. We are conditioned by society to be overwhelmed by a number, by the number on the scale. And because I know for me personally, it becomes literally, no pun intended, larger than life, right? The number becomes daunting. It becomes like, oh, I'll never get down to such and such. Oh, if I have this chunked out in 20-pound increments, I can get down. Well, that's a number. You really should go based off of how you feel. But I know when we go see the doctor, they have these organized charts, right? And according to this number, you're obese or morbidly obese or super obese. And in it, to me, I don't know that I was necessarily a food addict, but I became overwhelmed by the number. And I started to kind of get like a who cares attitude about it because I didn't feel like I could tackle that number. I hated that number on the scale. Now I don't hate that number on the scale. I like that number on the scale. It could be better, but I like that number on the scale. So I go on that scale, but I also have to remind myself, Shauna, it's a number. How do you feel? Because certain days I still feel, or like I hate my body. And today I was having one of those days after I ate 1.5 pieces of pizza and a little bit of a cheese ball at my mom's house. And my husband's like, you just ate some junk food. You haven't been eating junk food lately. Like, you just feel a little bloated. And he was totally right. And I chose to, excuse me, I'm so sorry, to not weigh myself on the scale at my mom's house for that reason, right? So that being said, a little bit about me. I got up to 413 pounds about 7 or 8 years ago. And I was working a job where I was on my feet. I was serving in a restaurant. And I was just eating poorly all the time. Like I said, I don't think I was a food addict. I wasn't closet binging food or hiding food. I did eat alone a lot, but it was just because I was like a single woman and lived alone and would eat in my car, which cannot say enough to suggesting healthy practices for eating, and one of them should never be to eat in your car. I can't tell you what a healthy place is for you, only you know that, but for me, a healthy place is a designated place, and when you take your meals to this designated place, you know that that's where your meals go, right? Sure, we all have to eat on the run sometimes, but if you can avoid that at all costs, try to avoid that at all costs. When I have a designated place to eat, even if it's a granola bar, even if it's a little bit of hummus and a boiled egg or something like that, it feels so much healthier to me and so much more satisfying than grabbing and going on the run, because we're not supposed to eat like that. That being said, carve out time for yourself. Carve out time for yourself. Eating is important. It sustains your life. Make that 10 or 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be a long production every time, but meal prep and carving out time for yourself to eat in a healthy designated area, I'm telling you, those tips and tricks work. I promise you. Take it from someone that's lost 214 pounds. Now, a lot of you might say, well, you had surgery. Surgery doesn't work if you don't do anything. I was up walking the day of my surgery. Granted, I did make some like my body made changes for me. Things that I used to love, I really didn't love as much anymore after surgery. Like my tastes definitely changed, but you have to go on a liquid diet before, and you have to go on a liquid diet after. And of course, that's going to help tremendously. And I could get into all that because you don't have to have the surgery to go on the liquid diet, and it can do wonders for you. And it is good to detox your system. So if anybody wants more advice on that, I could definitely do a video on that or just help you one-on-one. So what happened is I had the surgery and I lost an amount of weight, but it wasn't the number I wanted. So what the doctors told me was, well, have the second surgery. Have like a rerouting bypass of the small sleeve that you have, because I only have 20% of a stomach. And I wasn't, I didn't like blow that out. Like you can't really blow that out because the rest of your stomach's just gone. I don't know what people do or don't know about the sleeve gastrectomy, but you can look that up. That's information you can find on the internet. But I was unhappy with the way I looked at my wedding. And my wedding pictures were a big deal because they're your flippin' wedding pictures, right? And I just was unhappy with the way that I looked at my wedding. And so last Halloween in 2021, I was eating candy and I was just like, why am I doing this? Gross. And I was like, I kept telling myself for a long time, well, I'd already lost this much weight and I haven't really gained it back, so that must be successful. But it wasn't successful. And I knew that I didn't want to have another surgery. So what does an average person do for something like that? You find a way. You find a way to fix it. For me personally, and this is a Shauna thing, I know people say it's based on your ethnic genes, or it's based on this, or it's based on that. Lowering carbohydrates and sugar works the best for me. I do really probably do go into ketosis because I do lower my carbs so much during the week. But I don't do like a set keto diet in the book and follow the keto coffee and all that. I don't do that. I don't follow anything like that. That's why this is super easy and anybody can do this really. Anything that has sugar, I just don't put it in my body. Sugar is bad for you. It attacks your joints. I have bad knees from when I was so severely obese. So anytime I eat sugar, I feel it, man. I feel it in my knees, like tremendously. So anything that I can do to cut out sugar, like in your coffee, there's little things. Cut out the regular pop. Even in your yogurts, you can find a lower sugar substitute. Artificial oils, things made with cornstarch, that's all going to be sugar based. Cut it out. And then when I do make a plate of something, I don't totally omit the carbs. Like sometimes I'll do the cauliflower mash instead of the regular, which is really good. I think if anybody's ever tried it, they can admit to that. But if I do want to have some carbs, I limit my bites, like 2 or 3 bites. But here's the best trick of all. I don't go for that first. Even if I want it first, I don't go for it first. I eat the protein first and I eat the vegetable first. Get yourself some sustenance and something in your body, and then go for those bites of carbs. It does work. The weight started shredding right off me this year, and I was able to say probably that I've lost 65 additional pounds. Water. Drink your water. I can't say enough about water. I probably drink too much water, to be honest with you. I'm like embarrassed to admit, I drink like probably 12 glasses a day, honestly. I know that's almost too much, especially with someone that's a sleep stomach, but those 8 glasses, like I have pretty good skin. I'm 46 years old. I'm pretty happy with my skin. Excuse me. And the last thing is like, I don't do tons of physical cardio. I do some YouTube videos. I love my little YouTube workout videos, but they have even walking in place videos. Or even if you're not very mobile at all, just exercising your arms in place will do wonders. I have a friend that had a total hip replacement and she does exercise sitting down and has managed to lose 50 pounds that way. It can be done. It is tremendous help if you journal your process along the way. I have my journal. Oh, well, it's buried under some books over there, but I have my journal and it has a whole fitness section in it. Find a journal that has like segmented sections. I'll dig it out and show you all, just because that's such a great journal. My brother got it for me for Christmas. It's called Just for Today, and it's made by Gartner Studios, and I know that you can find this on Amazon. And there's sections in here for like fitness and like goals and how many glasses of water did you drink and did you sweat when you worked out, and chronicling that. keeps yourself accountable. Keeping yourself in check and keeping yourself accountable will also aid in weight loss. Huge. And it's something I did, and it worked for me. I'm just an average person. I don't have a trainer. I don't have a dietitian. I don't sometimes have a lot of money for groceries. My groceries are on the rise, as we all know. And my husband and I are in a super budget, and we had a lot of financial problems this year. And I still managed to lose the weight. I still found the way to do it. I really try not to eat late at night, but I try to eat lots of mini meals. So I try to go for snacks that are healthy and affordable. Lots of string cheese, lots of boiled eggs, lots of eggs, period. I season a lot of things with pepper and chili flakes because I like it spicy. That's the Italian in me. I like to add fresh vegetables. I think my husband, I've never met another person that likes vegetables more than my husband. It's almost weird. He is obsessed with vegetables. He has to have vegetables like with everything. Man loves a salad, which is amazing. He loves his junk food too, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't eat my husband's like this big, by the way. He doesn't eat vegetables for any other reason than he purely enjoys them. So that made it so much easier for me too. If you have a finicky family, get your veggies on the side. Work them in with your eggs. Find creative ways to add them in. There's so many resources out there. I don't have a ton of recipes to share. I do have a couple. I probably could make something for you. I think I'm going to start doing more active videos where maybe I'm cooking something or out and about shopping, and then I can show you a little bit more of my food list. But for now, those were some of the things that I did. So lowering my sugar, watching my carbs, eating in a designated area, drinking my water, and making sure that I got at least a half hour of exercise 3 to 4 times a week. And the weight melted off me. I'm not super young. I did this when I was 45 and turning 46. So so sorry. Our metabolisms do change as we get older. I have a bad sinus thing going on, if anybody's wondering what's wrong with me. Our metabolisms do change as we get older. That's facts. That's just the truth. But if you make a change to shock your system will change. Your system is going to react to how you treat it. So treat it well. Treat it kind. You get one body in this world. Thanks for watching. Comment below. I will answer you.